Hi everyone. Here we are in the Alps, France, Switzerland, at Port du Soleil, and we've just completed our summer retreat focused on therapeutic dry fasting, wellness, holistic, what we want. And I'm here with Marylin, a yoga teacher who has been practicing dry fasting. I think it was 2 years ago. Montenegro.
Yes, a year and a half.
Well, and then the story is always interesting to share. This is how it went for you. How you feel after this. And then you give me your little feedback on how this fast went in a new place you didn't know, the mountains, and well, I'll let you speak about how you feel now, physically and mentally. Well, how do you feel after this treatment? Some perks, maybe?
Yes, I'm happy to have done this retreat, to have renewed the experience. I came mainly for the emotional aspect and more to clear my mind and achieve true silence within me. And it was a great success for me. In any case, I was really able to refocus on myself. Taking this time to fast, clean the body, clean the body's water, and clean everything, the mental, the psychological. It was extremely interesting and engaging. It always is, because even with each fast, there are different things at work. The first time, I came more for a perhaps more physical aspect, and it worked a lot on the emotional side. I was taken aback by how much it was shaking things up, and as a result, this year, I received I need to take this break for myself. I am leaving again. Very well, I am leaving calmly and with an authentic pause.
Go. There you go. Okay, thank you. And then Marylin, what did you think of the place, the support therapies, everything around it? You can really see how things have evolved over 2 years, like that. Now there is Marie-Christine's door. We have a psychological and psycho-emotional side to development. How you?
I was pleasantly surprised to see your evolution as well. Re-evaluations of every perspective. It was very interesting and truly positive, because it is indeed highly appropriate for the evolution.
Make it a bit personal.
And tailored. During my first fast, I pushed a bit more to 7 days. And maybe even a bit too far. Now, I'm really pleased to have managed in stopping while I was still doing well. I stopped at 5 days, but it was enough for what I needed to do. I didn't need to go further, and that's a real gain from fasting. It's about learning to hear yourself, to listen to your body, and also to calm the mind. And to stop when necessary. It's about making your own choices, even if it happens that you have to step in. There you go. That was the question.
So, there are many things. I think fasting is a competition we engage in every day, and all that. Well, not at all. And there you go. How do you see it? Well, fasting is really a way to reflect, to work on oneself. Physically, of course. Some have health issues, but you don't, you come. More about emptying the mind.
Empty the mind, it was.
How can you evaluate, well, this type of competition? You haven't noticed any rivalry among one another. I'm not sure how.
Not at all. Rather, it's real support and listening. In the group we create, all the bonds that develop are truly remarkable, especially with the mirror effects. Indeed, the mirror effects. Actually, there's no competition, just with oneself. Rather, it is simply a moment of listening, a journey back to oneself. It is important, and I believe it is ultimately essential. when you're not fasting, I think, because it's even. Water fasting has nothing to do with it since there's always an activity. You'll go drink to compensate for something. There's really nothing here, apart from you and yourself. There are the workshops, there's all that. Excuse me. There are the workshops, there's all that, but they are free. However, you cannot make up for it with other things apart from. You are obliged to delve within yourself, and that's what I find really very interesting, I think, about this type of fasting, for my part. In any case, that was what was very interesting. Moreover, there are all the workshops available, which you can participate in or skip. It's entirely your choice. Personally, I found it brilliant. Morning meditation and yoga. Meditation. There are workshops that help you go a bit deeper within. I believe that if you wish, not everyone is inclined to do this. And that's perfectly okay, which is great. As there's no pressure. And that's wonderful. Ultimately, it allows you to truly change the things you've transformed, what you wish to change within yourself.
How do you feel leaving here? Do you feel lighter? You just finished fasting a few days ago. It will keep working for.
Afterwards, I did have a little time to readjust. That's also important to mention. What's really interesting about retreats is the structured refeeding process. Thus, we don't have to cook, and there's no need for grocery shopping. This removes a lot of problems associated with refeeding.
Yes, some folks came just for that.
But I understand it, because I'm going back without feeling a hunger that drives me to binge on food. Unlike when, after 5 days or more, you're not sure you can shop peacefully. So, the refeeding process is really great. And I'm leaving feeling great. I've got my energy back. It's great. I can't wait to go for a run.
It's good, it's good, it's so. For someone hesitating about this method, who might be afraid to try it, how would you encourage them to get interested, or what would you say to someone who is uncertain about this method?
When you're unfamiliar with fasting, and even less so with dry fasting, it can seem completely crazy not to drink, but there's this belief that you die after 3 days. No, we're alive, thank goodness. You should go slowly when you're ready, but then, try 3 days if that's your starting point. Because on the first day, we might be thirsty, but then on the second day, we're thirsty too. But it's not that terrible, we're all in the same situation, so it's almost funny. On the third day, things improve a bit. Then, other symptoms can show up, maybe some aches. It depends on each person and the emotions that come up. And then finally, it happens on its own. It's not as hard as that. It's really not that difficult. Easier than you might think.
So, if I understand correctly, in your second fast, you used it more as a method to purify yourself, empty your mind, and address your emotions. I think you got your answers after 5 days, because
yes,
you did some.
I did some intense inner work. I really focused completely on myself. After that, I also have a meditative practice, and other things that helped me. And then, there's all the support from Marie-Christine, which is really the gentle, yin aspect, and the openness to intuition that pushing. There was Amy Lee, the masseuse, who is also very
Far more than A.
It's excellent. Yes, it's excellent. And it allows. Yes, in fact, I stopped after 5 days because I had already stirred up so much inside. It was enough for me, really. I carried on a little with water. And then I eased back in gently. I feel the process is still ongoing.
Massage. Right? You're still detoxing since. You remain in ketosis, and we pay attention during the reintroduction to keep ketosis going. It's happening very gradually, very luxuriously. And this is really something I've improved compared to the past, where we truly make this progression. For the benefits of fasting to persist even after you've completed it, well, it's genuinely an advantage, with foods that are carefully chosen. Yes, yes, yes. There's more to do.
Yes, and the changes you've made are noticeable. That's great.
Thanks a lot, Antoine.
Thank you.
Well, to
Glad
not seem so
help.
boring, I
And
might
have
try.
a good fast.
Hey, goodbye, goodbye.